So we are coming off two really great games, one against Oakland and one against San Francisco. It's really nice too because that allowed us to pick up our next two victories in the MLB, and we are now sitting at a nice 4-1 with a 2.7 ERA and a 1.15 WHIP. We're really upping our strikeout total as well. We're sitting at 28 after 36.2 innings. So again, we're really starting to pick it up, but we do have a pretty difficult matchup here against Atlanta because it looks like we might be matching up against Spencer Strider against the Atlanta Braves, who are 68 and 48 right now. Now, surprisingly enough, we're actually still in the running for a wild card spot. I mean, I know we have, another month and a half left of the season, maybe 2 months of the season. So, again, we got a little bit of time, but still, it's going to be tough when we face opponents like Atlanta. And then after that, looks like we might be taking on Washington as well. That might be our next start. Hopefully it's not against Philly. Philly is 79 and 37. They're doing fantastic this season. So hopefully against Washington. But either way, it looks like we're going to be getting the second start against Atlanta. So let's hope for the best here. I think we're going to be getting a nice little practice in here before we end up taking that game on. And there we go. We end up winning the series against San Francisco. That's great because, again, like I said, we're in the running for a wild card spot. And as many as we can win, the better, obviously. So let's go in there and let's mix up the speed of our slurve. Wow, the crazy thing is we ended up winning that first game against Atlanta. So let's see if we can get that 2-game sweep. It's going to be tough because we are facing Spencer Strider, like I said before. He's 12 and 6 this season, 182 strikeouts and 154 innings, 4.07 ERA. So hopefully our lineup can, maybe tattoo him for a run or two. I don't know. Any kind of runs that our offense can get would be really great. I mean, we do have two guys who are hot right now. Obviously, Jeff McNeil's a little cold, but that's okay. We do have a really talented lineup. Hopefully, they'll be able to kind of put it together. Their lineup is even better, though. I mean, dang, man. I mean, we all know the Braves in real life. They still have a lot of the same guys. Obviously, Michael Harris in center field. Still got Acuna. Still got Riley, Albies. Lamont Wade Jr. over at first. I wonder what happened to Matt Olson. Either way, I'm not going to worry about it. We're not going to be facing him this game. Let's see if we can go out there and really go stride for stride with Spencer Strider. Thankfully, this one is at home, though, and I think that's maybe the reason why we ended up winning that first game. But again, let's go out there and let's see if we can end up picking up the second win and I guess the complete series sweep against Atlanta. But to pick up that sweep, that means that we really need to be able to pinpoint our pitches here. So tough. Ooh, that is not the spot that we wanted to hit, but we do have a pretty tough matchup here against Michael Harris to start. Wish we could have picked that one up. We're not going to pick that one up either. All right, just shake the cobwebs out. We're fine. We're going to be okay. Just get it in the zone. It's not too difficult. See, look at that. We end up picking up that one. That was just about a millimeter closer to the zone than that first one. And thankfully, then it allowed us to pick up that strike. And my goodness, man, that was a really bad circle change. Yeah, I didn't think that it was going to take just 5 pitches to get him out. Let's go. 6 pitch of the at-bat. Let's go with that changeup. And we almost finished him off over there. But unfortunately, don't get the call. So let's go to the split. And let's do it right there. There we go. That is going to at least be a ground out. Woo! Yeah, thankfully we got out of that one. That was a long at bat for just 1 out, but at least we made it happen. And if things keep going like that, this might be a short outing for us. And that would not be ideal. Again, ideally, we would really like to go at least 6 strong. And thankfully, at bats like that definitely help as we end up getting the ground out to the shortstop on that. Now, unfortunately, we do have a pretty big test right here. We had one earlier in the season against Trout. And thankfully, that one is warning track power as well. Oh my goodness, that one could have been just absolutely launched. And don't get me wrong, it was, but thankfully it was right into his glove. That was a little nerve-wracking, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. That's alright. We got out of that one. No hits, no runs, and that's all they are going to see in the scorebook. I will make sure of that. Let's go, we get that slurve. Ooh, that was a hard hit ball to the first baseman. That's the first out of the inning. After a very long at-bat to the first hitter, these other guys have been going down pretty quickly. Unfortunately, it looks like Albies is going to be a little more patient than them. So let's try to make sure we hit the zone with some of these pitches. Like that slurve right there, that looks good. Gets fouled off, thankfully. But it was still a good pitch, though, at least if you ask me. But who am I? There we go. We push it to a 1-2 count. We are way ahead. Let's go with that slurve down and in. And let's see if we can get him to chase. Could actually go for a fastball, too. But honestly, It's what we should have done, because we ended up hitting him right in the ass. And that, unfortunately, not how we want to start. That's alright. We got Gurriel here. At least we do have one out, guy on first. Let's see, maybe we can actually pick up the double play on this one. It's nice that we actually even the count up at 1-1. So let's go with the changeup down and in. Let's see if we can get that. Oof. Okay, yeah, he kind of launched that one because we elevated that a little bit, and that's not what we want. So let's go with the slurve down and away. I was going to say we could at least produce a ground ball with that last one, but man, he did not swing at that slurve. That was a really great pitch, though. But let's go with the fastball up and in. That's what we should have went with on LBs. Let's do it here. No, he doesn't bite at that either. That's understandable. I can already tell it's going to be really difficult to get him out. But here we go. Let's go with that changeup down and in. That's out. But that's all right. That's going to be a... No! That's going to be an error by the second baseman, unfortunately. Hits his glove, but unfortunately cannot field it cleanly. They scored that a base hit? Blows my mind what they score a base hit in this game, honestly. Because that ball went right off his glove. That was a tailor-made double play, but instead ended up being a base hit. Either way, that's a fair ball, too. Can you get him a third? No? Wow. Really great throw by the left fielder, but unfortunately that is going to score a run. It's not what we want to see, especially now that there's only still one out. We have not done anything to really help ourselves out here, unfortunately. So let's see if we can do that one of these times. Get it to a 1-1 count. That is not good. Again, a little unfortunate that we're just not pitching well today. You know, we have had 4 really good starts in a row now, so I really can't be surprised that we're finally giving up some really big hits here, and especially to a team like the Braves, too. We knew it was going to be pretty tough. But again, unfortunately, our second baseman did not help us out there. Where were those glasses at? Were those around his... Either way, we get that circle change for a strike. That's good. Let's just make sure we get out of this one with no more damage. There we go. That's going to be a double play. He fields that one cleanly. Let's go. And there we go. We end up picking that one up. Let's go into the dugout. Let's see if our offense can produce a couple runs, and let's make sure that those 2 runs are the only ones we give up this game. But unfortunately, Strider is kind of throwing a gem here. We got the top of the order. Let's see if we can get Harris out a lot quicker than we did in that last inning, or 2 innings ago, I guess that was. There we go. At least we're keeping the ball down a little bit, and we are actually hitting our spots. That's the positive thing here. There we go. That's perfect. Not the greatest pitch, but at least it's a strike, and he did not swing. Let's bury this split. Let's strike him out here. That was not buried. That got left hanging again. But thankfully, we have a great center fielder, and he ends up camping under that one for the first out. Back to Wade Jr. in the 2-hole. Let's get him out of here as well. That was another quick one. I think, we've thrown only 2 pitches to him now? And that is 2 quick outs. Uh-oh. What is that? I've not seen a Boston challenge yet, but it looks like we got our first one right here against Acuna. Of course, a 99 overall. That is not surprising whatsoever. It'll be a little rough. I don't know if we're even going to get any swing and misses, but it'd be really nice if we could. Of course, he's going to have really great plate discipline. Dude's hitting over 1,000. Or the OPS, man. It's absolutely insane. Again, Acuna is just a generational talent for sure. And it definitely shows in real life and in video games. Thankfully, we pick up that strike. I think we can actually go with the fastball down and in, too. I think he's looking for an off-speed. He was not. And he has not really picked that bat up off his shoulder, has he? Go with the slurve, though. Get in the zone. Thankfully, he ends up fouling that one off. That was kind of a gift. And hell, let's go with that slurve one more time. Let's finish him down in the zone. Sit down, buddy. That was not going to be that, but hell, you know what? He grounds out. Boss battle might not have, I guess been accomplished, but hell, you know what? We got him out, and at least that is no extra damage there. 2 runs, 3 hits. Let's see if our team can end up picking up more than 1. And unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But again, we knew it was going to be tough against Strider. Let's just make sure we go out there and we keep it just a 2-run deficit. Although we are facing the heart of their order now. Or, well, kind of. I guess we're facing the 4-hitter right now, and I'll be honest with you, though, this lineup doesn't necessarily have many holes. All of these guys are extremely talented and are very dangerous in the box, and that's, I think, why we're trying to be a little more selective with our pitches, but it's just not working too well. Well, excuse me. And, it's funny, we have yet to pick up a strikeout, so let's see if we can strike out Riley on this one. Outside. Yeah, he ain't going to swing at that one. That's rough. And now he pushes it to a full count. Let's go with that changeup. Down and in. Sit down. Let's go. He just looks at that one. Thank you very much. Why did that not happen to Acuna in that last at-bat? I don't know why you're arguing, man. That literally hit the zone. Look at that. Yeah, bro, I would have swung at that even. Then again, I'm not a great hitter, so I would have swung at pretty much anything just to be able to get out of that batter's box a little bit quicker. Let's go, though. 0-1, though. Really great way to start on LBs. Let's just make sure we don't plunk him right in the ass again like we did in that last at-bat. Let's go with the slurve down and in. This feels like deja vu again, but... Hey, you know what? Oh, get over there. Come on, I got you, buddy. I got you. Got him right there. Look at that, us fielding our position. Let's go. I think that was a little closer than I wanted it to be. But hey, you know what? As long as the guys are keeping the ball in front of them, I will take that all day. Now we got 2 quick outs. And let's make it 3. Not a great start to Gurriel, but it's all right. You know what? We're looking a lot better than we did in that first inning. And honestly, that's all you can really ask for. As long as you start to improve every single inning, start to warm up a little bit more, that's all I can ask. Either way, there we go. No way. Absolutely not. Gurriel ends up getting that base hit. Thankfully, that is only going to be a single. Holds up over at first, and we still have 2 outs, though. Despite the fact that we do have a base runner. Again, at least we're going to get out of this inning. And now he is in scoring position. That is on us. Sorry about that. I'm surprised you're willing to give us the error, but not the second baseman on that first one. But that's okay. I am not an official scorer, so what can you do? Either way, I can't believe he swung at that one. Let's see if we can get him to swing at that one again. This time, let's make it a little better. Let's get some better break on this. It's a little sharper, but not quite where he wanted to swing. Go with that changeup down and in. See if we can get a goofy swing out of him. A little golf swing. Not even. He just sits there and looks at it. That's the second look and strikeout. I think that's the only way we're going to end up getting him this game. And now we get out of the 4th inning. Thankfully, we've only kept it a 2-run game. And hopefully the offense can pick it up against Strider. But that is going to be much easier said than done. He's going 4 strong so far. No runs, and I think only 1 hit so far. So, again, let's try to match up to him. Let's put that one bad inning out of our minds. And let's not think about that one again. So let's go with that slurve. Let's see if we can strike him out swinging on this one. Wow, he didn't swing at that one. Do you think we can get him to swing it one more time if we do it? Let's try it. Let's try it one more time. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I know. You're going to be smarter than that. Go fastball up and in. Let's see if we can get him to swing at this one. Little goofy inside-out swing. Let's go. Sit him down. 3 strikeouts now, and they have all come in the later innings. I don't know what it is about us. It seems like... And to be honest with you, that was the same way when I was pitching, too. I always seem to struggle a little bit in the early game. I always seem to end up, like, hitting a hitter at least once in the first 2 innings. Not on purpose, obviously, but, just because my control was not there. But once I calmed down a little bit and got later in the game, it was just like, once you get in that rhythm, and I'm sure a lot of you guys that end up pitching too, you guys understand. Definitely, once you get in that rhythm, you find that groove, and it just seemed like you're unstoppable at that point. But again, those first couple innings, that is a strike, sir. Are you kidding me? Man, those first couple innings are always a little rough. Speaking of a little rough, that was a strike. But that's all right. That's going to be a double play ball, baby. Let's go. Yep. Let's go. That's just a really great way to end that one. I was a little worried on that one because we ended up walking them. But, hey, you know what? If it turns out to be a double play and we get out of the 5th inning on that, I will take that every single time. And our offense has still not done anything here. That's okay, because you know what? Again, minus that 1 bad inning, we have been pitching extremely well. We picked up a couple strikeouts in the meantime as well, which is nice. A couple looking ones, too. I don't know what they were looking at. Wow, that one should be over the fence. If this drops, it deserves to. It doesn't. Sorry, Wade. But finally we got the bestie on that one, I guess. Okay, let's go. Acuna again. It's going to be tough. It's not a boss fight apparently now. Apparently he's not a 99 overall anymore. Yes, he is. But that's okay. Nice swing and miss on that one. Where was that in that last at bat for that boss battle? It's alright. He pushed it to a 1-1 count now. Let's go fastball up and in. Just don't miss your spot, buddy. Don't miss your spots. That's what I'm talking about. Thankfully, that ends up going foul because he pulled that a little too much. And now we get to go for the slurve. And let's finish this off. Let's see if he can swing this one out of the zone. He will not. Of course not. Strike him out? Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Don't tell me the game froze on. Alright, well, looks like we're only going to be playing one because, yeah, that crash was pretty bad. So, let's go ahead. Let's simulate forward. Unfortunately, this time we end up losing the series to San Francisco. Oh, man, we end up losing that game now. That's rough. Can't believe we ended up losing that game to Atlanta then now. And now we have to make sure that we end up evening up the series as opposed to winning it. Still facing Spencer Strider. Let's go out there. Let's hope the game doesn't crash this time. So let's give this another shot. Live from Citi Field. It is the Mets versus the Braves. Obviously, that's the guy we're going to have to worry about the most there. That is Acuna. Hopefully, we'll end up getting another challenge this time, and hopefully we'll actually succeed. But you know what? This will give us a chance to right the wrongs that we had that first time. Because remember, Michael Harris ended up taking about 8 pitches out of us in that first at-bat. And there we go. He just early on the fastball? Sorry, I guess. We should be throwing harder, maybe? I don't know. Oh, and thankfully, that was not a repeat of what happened to Albies, and that one didn't plunk him in the ass. Either way, 1-1 count. And that is not a good pitch. That is not a good pitch at all. Let's go back to the fastball. Why not? Sounds good to me. Really good. That's going to be right up the middle. Almost takes our head off. And now Harris is going to start off with a base hit. And now we got the speedster on base. So now we got Wade. And hopefully we can get the double play right here. That is going to be 1 out. That is not. That is going to be a nice stop by Lindor, but that is going to result in another base runner. And to be fair, this time that actually was a base hit. Not like the last one by the second baseman, but now, unfortunately, Acuna does have an opportunity at 2 good RBIs right here. And we don't pick up that strike, unfortunately. That's not great. Let's go up and in. And that's not good. Now we got 3 quick balls to Acuna. So let's go. Thankfully, we get that strike. That one was more of a ball than that, what was that, ball 2? Either way, keep the ball in. And then, unfortunately, it's going to be a walk. And now we got the bases loaded with no outs. And now we got a boss challenge yet again against Austin Riley. We just need to keep it in the strike zone. So let's go. Just no... Okay, that scared me. I thought that was going to be a base hit. Let's see if we can actually get a strikeout here because, honestly, best case scenario, we allow ourselves to be able to get a inning-ending double play if that is the case. Unfortunately, again, we just need to be able to keep the ball in the zone. Keep that slurve down in the zone. It's not the case. That is going to be a pop-out, if that's what you want to call that. That is definitely going to score a run and advance him over to third. At least we got the out, though, but unfortunately that is going to be the first run. That is not the way to start, and now I am really cursing this game for crashing on me. That was really bad. We actually had a really nice start going, despite the fact that we did have that one bad inning. But again, we're getting into that 6th, and we're pitching pretty well. But hopefully, the reset here will allow our offense to be able to do a little bit better against Strider. Maybe he won't have as good of an outing as he does here. Glad he swung at that one, but unfortunately made contact. So now let's finish him with the changeup down and out. Sit him down. No, not even a chance. And yeah, that's going to get him to second. Don't you dare even try to throw it. I know that is a wild pitch, but that's okay because we're going to get the splitter here. We're going to get him out. We're going to strike him out. We're going to have 2 outs then. Sit him down. The ball bounced and he still fouled it off? That's impressive. So let's go with the slurve down in the zone again. Finish him off. That is... Yeah, that's going to be a ground out. Let's go. Held him over at third. And thankfully now we have a chance of getting out of this one with just that one run. Unfortunately, that means that we have to get through Gurriel. Let's go with that slurve. Thankfully that picks up the first strike. I think we're going to go with the fastball up and in. We just need to make sure we hit our spots. That was not our spot, but still a strike. And dude, he is just hitting everything around the plate. So let's make sure we get this one out of the zone. Finish him off. Let's go. It looked like he had our number for the first 2 pitches, but just didn't apparently want to be able to get a piece of that slurve. And let's go. Only 1 run, but still, that's 1 run. Let's see if our offense can start here. And would you look at that? Maybe the crash was good for us. Now we got a 2-1 lead. Let's see if we can just continue to maintain that lead here. It's going to be a little difficult, I'm not going to lie, but not going to be impossible here. We can do this. Good fastball down there. Let's keep pounding it away, honestly. That was not away, but that was a nice little line out over to Lindor. It's going to be 1 out. Thankfully, we are facing the bottom of the order, though. That's good for us. Hopefully, we can get a little bit of confidence back. Great play by the second baseman. He actually fielded it cleanly this time. End up picking up the out over at first. Looking good. And now all we got to do is get through Armstrong, and let's call this one an inning. Unfortunately, that does mean that we need to get the ball in the zone. He was 2 for 4 in his last game, which means that despite the fact that he does have a pretty bad batting average here at 128, means that maybe he's picking it up. Yep, and there's that's not good. We end up giving up a base hit to a guy who's hitting 128, and that's going to bring him up to about like a 140 something now. That's all right. We still have 2 outs though, and that's the big thing here. Let's see if we can help our own cause here, and let's see if we can get a strikeout. Again, we had 3 pretty good ones in the game before it ended up crashing last time. So let's see if we can match that total or best it. And we have a good chance here. Harris end up swinging at that one. 1-2 count. I think we're actually going to go for the circle change down and away. He's going to expect the slurve. And he ends up swinging through the changeup. And that is going to be the last out of the second inning. We got that 1-run lead still. Let's see if we can maintain that. We didn't get any extra, but again, you know what? 2 runs is all we're going to need. Despite the fact that we did give up 2 runs in that start before it crashed, I have faith that that is not going to happen here. I shouldn't have said anything because that looks like that is going to be a home run. Okay. I thought that was going to be a gapper, but no. Lamont Wade Jr. ends up getting us back for that strikeout earlier. And yeah, that is going to be a tie game. And hey, let's just say that we got it back to, where it was before it crashed. That's all we wanted to do. I don't need to see the replay of that. Thank you very much, though. All right, Acuna, what you got on me? Apparently a ground out to the third baseman. Thank you very much. Thank you for getting me a little bit of confidence back after giving up that bomb. But then again, should we really be that surprised? We knew that this was going to be an extremely difficult lineup to end up facing. And, man, they have really proven it. Both times we faced them. So let's go with that changeup. Let's make sure we keep it down, though. Well, that wasn't necessarily down, but he just kind of looked at that one. We'll take that all day. So let's see if we can get that split working. If we can get the split working, I think that we can actually really have a much better end to the outing than we had a start to it. Let's go with that slurve down and out. Let's finish him off. He is not going to swing at that, unfortunately. And I don't think that he's going to actually swing through a fastball up and in. So let's go with the circle change down and in. Let's see if we can get him to swing at something around his ankles. That's not the ankles. And that is actually going to be a little bloop single, isn't it? It's going to be a bloop single. Yeah, that's rough. I wish we would have actually hit our spot. Unfortunately, it does not turn out that way. And now we need to make sure that we get Albies to ground into a double play right here. He did not swing on that one, unfortunately, even though we had a chance of him check swinging that. But that's okay. There we go. That's a ground ball up the middle, and he is going to hold up at second. Okay, let's take a little breather here, and let's get out of this one. But unfortunately, that means we need to get through Gurriel again. We've done it already once today. Let's see if we can do it again. He ends up swinging at that one, just a little check swing. Let's go with that fastball down in the zone. We end up kind of burying that in the dirt a little too much. And so let's, again, just try to keep it down here. There it is. That's going to be the double play to end the inning. Unfortunately, we did give up that 1 home run to tie the game, but Our offense gets a chance here again. They've only got 2 chances really to kind of get runs here. So they got 7 more opportunities. I think they can do it here in this inning. And I guess that was just wishful thinking. But you know what? I will never bet against my team. There we go. Good slurve there to be able to start off. We got the bottom of the order again, which is good. But not when we leave pitches hanging like that again. That, unfortunately, is going to be a gapper. And that is going to be just a double because, thankfully, he doesn't have the speed that a lot of his teammates have. And that's going to be a leadoff double now. We need to make sure that we stop throwing mistake pitches because that's what really gets us in trouble. Can't believe he didn't call that a strike on that one. Looked like he went, but it's okay. There we go. Okay. Strike 1. Thankfully, we get that. I see some guys warming up in the pen over there. We don't want to see that. We do want to see that swinging strike, though. And now let's get him with that slurve down and out. Let's finish him off. That is not going to happen, but he does not advance to third, thankfully. Let's hit him one more time with that slurve. I think we can get him a swing at that. But unfortunately, I was wrong. But I betcha, you go with that changeup down and in. He's got it right there. And that is going to score him. And this, unfortunately, is turning into a bit of a nightmare again. I will blame the horrible programming over at San Diego Studios. Just kidding. Those guys are great. But unfortunately now we end up losing the lead. And we're not looking as sharp as we did to end that last outing before the game crashed out on us. And that unfortunately is going to be another base runner. And another... No! He ends up holding up over at third. And yeah. I'm surprised. I thought he would have tried to score. But man, we're in a huge pickle right here. We got no outs, first and third. I mean, I wonder if they're going to try to play in on the infield to be able to get him at home, or if they're just going to play for the double play. Might actually be corners in. But it's not going to matter because they end up scoring there on the base hit. Now it's going to be 4-2, and that is extremely rough. Coach really wants to see what we're made of here because he is keeping us in. That is not looking good. He gets that slurve. Unfortunately, he does not call that a strike. It's not good. But thankfully, our infield is not playing where they should be. And nope, he does not get him at home. I should have turned the camera to actually see what happened. Thought he might have got him, but nope. That is another base hit. Now it's 5-2. And coach, you're a couple batters too late. You could have taken us out a little sooner. And unfortunately, what would have been a pretty decent start turns out to be just an absolute disaster here. And after 4 straight wins, yeah, we take a big L against the Braves. Yeah, you want to talk about a big L, eh? That one's not on us right there. It has 13 runs, 21 hits. That is embarrassing. But we did give up 11 of those hits and 6 earned runs. Didn't get out in that 4th inning, which is bad too. Only 2 strikeouts and 1 walk. Let's put this one behind us, and let's look forward. It's going to ruin our ERA and everything, but hey, you know what? What can you do? But that's what happens when you end up facing a team that is definitely going to the playoffs. But obviously, again, looking at it, it doesn't look like our next start is going to be until that first game against Washington. So we're going to have a nice little week break. We will probably get another practice in on Monday, which will be nice. We try to improve something that we ended up losing in that one, but man, our ERA just skyrocketed on that one. We're now up to 4-2, a 3.86 ERA, all the way up from like 2.5. And man, that is extremely rough. That was one bad outing, but hell, you know what? We can come back and bounce back. That's what good pitchers do. You can't let one bad outing really kind of dictate your entire season. And that's what we're going to do right here, because we're going to go out next week against Washington, and we're going to end up destroying them, and we're going to get a lot of that confidence back. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to go down and drop a like. If you're new, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.